Hey, what's up? I'm Enrique. Welcome into the Art Zone. So, one thing I'm going to talk about really quick. If you are really stuck, this is one thing that might get you out. This is a technical thing, though. This is a technical thing that it's not a mindset thing. The other one was a mindset one. This is a technical thing. If you're really stuck and you're practicing hardcore and you've kind of learned stuff like this, what can you do to kind of get over it? This is one thing that I used to really get over certain, barriers that I couldn't get through. So hopefully this relates to you as well. This is a technical thing, though. Remember, this is not like the other video. This is a technical thing you can do. So let's jump right into the video. Before that, though, if you like learning how to draw, if you like art advice, if you like art tutorials, hit that subscribe and click that bell notification. And that's it. Let's hop right into the video. Let's talk about a subject today. So there's a method, and I don't even know what it's called. I mean, I'm going to call it the Plow Method. A lot of people have different words for it. So if you're learning something and you already kind of learned like the principles, the rules, the idea of how to do it, if you already learned how to do it, right? So you have to really pay attention to that part. If you already learned how to do it and you're still not getting it and it's still taking a while, obviously it's going to take practice. Just do a whole page, do a bunch of pages of something. I think over here I have another one. There's a sketchbook over here. Just keep doing it. So this is like one of like dozens of pages I drew for like clothing. There's certain parts of clothing I couldn't get. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to blindly draw this as much as I can from photos, right? Like from photo reference, just kind of doing it blindly to get my hand used to it, right? You're getting your hand and your eye, you're getting that muscle memory kind of used to drawing the certain things that you just can't get, right? And for me, it was just certain types of clothing. I just like, man, I could not get that. So I'm like, I'm just going to draw everything nonstop and just plow it out. Boom, 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 boom. Just plow through it. Again, this is after you already learned the rule. But I recommend this to anyone having an issue with something they've already learned the rules of, right? It's essentially practice, right? But you're kind of like blunt forcing it. Like I'm not thinking that hard on these. I know that's a huge, I know people will disagree with me on that, but different rules work for different like learning at different times. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes you're at a place and you're in a topic where very careful learning is gonna help. You're like, all right, careful learning, and to some extent you always kind of have to do that for everything, careful learning, right? But sometimes you're at a place where you're like, man, I can't even get like the form of that. Like the form of that is so bizarre to me, right? There's certain jackets that were so weird to me. I am just gonna draw them blindly as much as I possibly can until my brain starts to digest it a little bit, and I'll start to draw like a certain curve around the neck here better, right? So things like that, like, okay, oh, I get it. Okay, so it goes around there, right? Like I remember getting that like on the 8th one of these, right? And you just keep doing it, like you just keep plowing through that. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I mean, I'm sure I've heard a lot of people talk about this subconsciously, but do that. You have to do that. You have to blunt force it, right? And I was gonna say, they're just called like just plow right through, and that can help. Okay, what are the negatives to this? All right, let's go over the negatives. A negative could be that you ingrain a terrible habit. There's possibly a habit you ingrain and you're like, wow, I did not mean to do that. That was a bad idea, right? All of a sudden, like, I'm making curved lines like this the wrong way. That's why you do it from photo or from other like drawings, some artists that you like. You do it from them, and then you won't ingrain horrific habits, right, on your own. But I would say it's something to try, and I think it's something that I think a lot of you will succeed in. Like for me, I was drawing my clothing a lot better after I did like 10 pages just like this. I was starting to draw clothing already a little bit better. I was like, okay, well, I was gonna say a lot better. I would say a lot better. Because I was actually starting to understand some of this stuff. The more I drew it, I'm like, okay, cool, my hand's pulling that line now. Where before I was just like, man, I couldn't get that line, or man, it would just keep doing this, or. So in many ways, it gets you over bad habits. Anyways, that's it. very, very quick tip. Just want to like jump in and tell you to try that out. How do we go over this? Let's go back and recap. Number 1, find something you're not very good at. Number 2, learn that from a video, from anything. Go over one of my videos, learn how to do it, look at the structure, right? And then 3, draw like 10 pages of it. I'm not even joking. Like draw, like you can do as many of this as you want. They don't have to be totally finished either, by the way. Just finish them enough that they're recognizable, right? And just draw like 10 pages of it, something insane like that. I mean, it took me a while, right? It took me like a few days. But do that and stick to that, you know? It could be even, this also works for topics you hate drawing. Because for me, I don't normally like drawing clothing, and I'm like, man, every time I was working on clothing, I'm like, man, this is going so slow. Oh, man. And then when I do something wrong on it, I'm like, I should even fix that. You know, it was just a hassle. But like doing this made me more interested in clothing. I'm like, oh, okay, it folds back like this. The collar folds in this direction. You know, the buttoned-up shirt will be kind of like that. It's very, very illuminating. It's like you have to force that part of your brain to turn on. That's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Hit the subscribe if you like learning how to draw stuff every day. I give mostly art advice on this channel, and I do a lot of other fun things. But if you want to learn basic drawing, stick around. I'm going to be remaking a couple of my old videos just to kind of like, you know, make them more relevant and better. And that's pretty much it, okay? Absolutely hit the subscribe too, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya. Ooh, also, if you want to see my full courses, go to my Skillshare, completely free. You can absolutely see every single program there, completely free, or a month later. Hey, for those of you that are a little bit more serious and you really want to kind of upgrade your art skill all around, I have these beginner art lessons here on my Skillshare. So the idea with this is that some people that, you know, for example, on YouTube, people just kind of want to draw what's in the video and just generally have a fun time. They're not always concerned about the little details and stuff about learning how to do this stuff, you know, long term. And I get that. That's fun. But for some people want to upgrade their art ability entirely, like all around, like they're serious about it. If that's you, go here. Like I said, there's programs here on even some of the same material. Like I said, it's just a lot more in depth. My eye drawing program is an hour as opposed to the video I have on YouTube, which is like 10 minutes, right? You can still learn from both, but like I said, if you really want more and you really want to make this part of your life, go here. I have same thing over here, how to draw a dragon head. I have anime, I have cartoons. There's categories for everything, and everything is for beginners. The other thing about this website is it's incredibly easy to watch it. This is like the Netflix of like drawing lessons, so you can go through the entire site, see everybody else's lessons. And normally the site costs like 30 to 40 bucks a month. Because you're watching this video right now, if you're still watching right now, you get it for free for at least a month. Like 30 days, that's a lot. But just what you have to do is go over here to the video, go down, first link in the description, the very, very first link that gives you free access to this whole thing for 30 days. You just go over here, you click this thing, boom, and then you sign up. And it's super easy, and the cool part is you can just straight up cancel it before the 30 days is up, and you never pay a single thing. You never pay a cent, and you got all this learning from it. But yeah, like I said, that's an option for you guys. If you guys want to do it, absolutely go hit that up. And that's it. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I really hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, I'm going to be putting lessons almost every day. Come back, hit that subscribe. Also hit the like, and say hi to me in the comments section. I say hi to literally everybody that responds. So thank you so much. I will see you next time.